Hey, Derek G Photography wanted to let you know that I'm a little upset with Godox today. Anyway, so just to let you know, I went and I did this shoot the other day with my friends at Good Inc. down Sacramento, California. It's a wonderful group, photographers, models, and all kinds of really cool people. And I usually like to pack light when I go on those types of things because we were shooting in a Victorian house and it's kind of a tight space. So I mean, I really like big modifiers and really soft light, but sometimes I like to shoot light. So in that case, I brought my Godox flash here. This is a Flashpoint product. It's the R2 Zoom TTL2S. So if you can see right there, it's a pretty good flash. The issue that I had is an older flash, and I know they've fixed this since, but Godox, in their original version of this flash, they provided a hot shoe that was actually somewhat cheap, right? It was all plastic. So what happened was at this shoot, I was shooting and I was moving around on the camera and literally pulled the thing back a little bit to try to, get this, and the shoe, the plastic foot literally ripped off of the flash and was still connected to my camera. So the flash at that point was useless. Couldn't use it anymore. So I was afraid that I was gonna have to go out and buy a new flash because this sucker, I don't remember, it's like $100, $150. I'm like, great, now I have to go buy another flash. Luckily, I did a little bit of research and apparently you can change out these footings. And this is kind of right here what I did to change out the footing. I got a little screwdriver. I had to order this piece on Amazon. It was like 15 bucks. Not too bad, but unfortunate that I had to do it. And I had to get these little screws and I had to get them out, and then I had to change this thing out. So it was a $15 fix instead of spending $150 on a new flash. So that was kind of nice, but the issue I have, and shame on you Godox, you can't do that to us photographers. I understand these flashes are cheaper and you can spend a lot of money on lighting. I get it. You want to try to keep your costs down when you're doing this type of stuff. But my issue is that, like, if I had taken this to a wedding or an event to shoot, and I guarantee you, at weddings, like, you're moving this stuff around. You're using this gear, right? Luckily, the Good Inc. event I wasn't making money on the event, it was just a collaboration, right? So when this thing ripped off the camera, I'm like, okay, no big deal. Well, it sucks I'm down 150 bucks, at least I thought at the time. But I was okay, because I had other lighting and I switched it out. But if I were at a wedding and I were taking pictures of the bride, can you imagine, like, if I were moving this thing around and it ripped right off? So first of all, I mean, hopefully I have another flash that I can sub out. And if you're shooting events, you should absolutely go redundant on this type of stuff. Case in point, because this thing might break on you. But more importantly, like, say it's like the wedding dance, or you're at the actual ceremony where she's walking down the aisle. God forbid you only have one of these things on you. That could be a problem if this thing rips off the camera. You might not have another alternative. So I'm a little upset with Godox. I have a lot of Godox gear. I love Godox gear because the lights are cheap and they're good. This is the one exception that I've had. I'm not sure if I'd buy this flash again. I hear that they changed the footing, right? So it was a problem and they addressed it, which is great. And I think there was like a warranty. There was a period where you could have switched this stuff out. I wasn't paying attention, right? I bought the flash. I enjoyed it. I use this flash all the time. And this is the first time I've had a problem a couple years after I bought the flash. So anyway, I was a little upset. Am I gonna stop using Godox gear? Absolutely not. I love Godox gear in studio. I control my environment completely. So as long as I'm safe with the gear, I don't see why I would switch it out. Derek G Photography, signing out.